Warning, you are about to go on a journey that is not fit for ears under the age of 18. If you are a prude, judgmental, asshole, you can exit the conversation now. Once you enter the Pussy Fairy Village, you're ours now. Enjoy.
Somebody say, hey. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pussy Fairy Podcast.
Hey!
Podcast. We have missed y'all.
Right.
And I'm not even gonna start us off with a whole nother story on where we being right now. We don't get to that. Y'all about to be tired of our shenanigans, but we ain't gonna apologize for it. You know what I'm saying?
They probably thought we wasn't coming back.
We ain't give y'all a closing, y'all. We gotta gotta wrap the thing up. You know what I'm saying? So welcome back to dose 9 of the Pussy Fairy Podcast season 1. We have one more episode after this, so we're gonna be getting into that season finale and what we got in store for that special episode.
Oh my gosh, we on episode 9 already. Oh my gosh. Y'all
know,
been
right?
rocking with us for 9 episodes.
That part. That part. Okay, y'all still here. Here rocking Amy. So we about to get into it today. We're gonna be getting into our discussion today. Y'all know we got that playlist.
Yes, we got that playlist for y'all. We got a good one for y'all too.
Y'all know we got that playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all ready, let us know down below that you here, that you ready to get this thing popping. Let us know in the comments if you're listening to the replay. If you here waiting on this sextrology reading at the end, what's your sign, baby?
Right.
What's your sign? Look, that's about to be my new look. What's your sign, baby?
Right. What's your sign? What's T?
Period. Listen, so see what we got on this discussion topic today.
We're going to talk about STDs, spiritually transmitted disease or demons, child.
Girl, we always hear about the sexually ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't think about how spiritual energy can exchange. When we start getting to that type of stuff, people start looking at us like we crazy.
Yes.
Oh, spiritually transmitted. You believe in spirits any other time.
Right. And y'all, we talked about soul ties on our last episode. So yeah. But before we get into it, girl, how you been? What's been up with you?
Girl, y'all know my life roller coaster, honey. So y'all know I'm a teacher. So school is back in session. And so teaching Algebra 1. This is my first year doing Algebra 1. And so it's been a lot, to say the least. I published 2 new books.
Yeah.
I published 2 books in 2 months. So
I shared on my page.
I'll make sure to share, you know what I'm saying, a link or something for that on my page. Make sure y'all check me out. They're my first erotica novels. So my first 2 erotica novels. I have one more coming for the trilogy. Then after that, the whole world of the universe of both of them is something else. So it's called Both of Them. You can find it anywhere, Amazon, all of that jazz. My life, I still ain't got no man. You ain't got no man. I mean, I had one that was going to be kind of like a contender just to, exchange energy with. And it's crazy because that go with today's topic.
Yes.
Because energy wasn't shit that I needed to be exchanging with.
Ooh. That's a word. We ain't gonna get into his energy.
Ain't about to have my coochie out here taking your karma.
Right, girl. Speaking of energy vampires, okay.
That part right there. How you been, girl? What you been up to?
I've been good, on my, as usual, working with the channel. Y'all guys, or all my people, y'all know we've been growing strong. Remodeling the house. So I'm working on my kitchen, guys, when I tell you, it seems like the kitchen is the hardest thing to do for some, or it takes the longest because you want everything a certain way and different things like that. The plumbing, we had to start off with the plumbing. So yeah, that's
y'all doing it all.
Yeah, we doing it all. So
Y'all tiling the floor too?
yes, this is an old house, so we gotta do everything. This house is like 100 years old, so yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
but those homes typically, like when they get like remodels, they be so beautiful.
Yes, they do. They be so, it's like a canvas.
And they're sturdy.
Yes, very sturdy, but it's just a process. So any of you guys out there who's working on your home, just be patient. You know, I've been working on mine for years, but like just be patient. Don't be hard on yourself. And it's okay to change everything up if you don't like. But yeah, girl, that's been a tea.
We've been out here, girl.
Yeah, so that's why we haven't been able to give y'all, you know, the episodes like, I know y'all been asking, but we back again. This one is going to be a juicy one.
Listen, and y'all let us know what y'all been up to.
Right. What's been going on with y'all? We spilling our tea. What y'all been up to? Have y'all got a new man?
Give us a
girl?
sentence down below.
Yeah, let us know with a wink, wink.
No. But girl, yeah, today's topic is like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna let you get us started on it. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna let you get us started.
So we are going to talk about spiritually transmitted demons. Well, I'm gonna say diseases, but demons, right? So, you know, in our one of our previous episodes, we did talk about soul ties and how, you know, having can create soul ties. What a lot of people don't talk about when you're in a relationship, whether it's sexual or any type of relationship, like, you know, that you deep in, what happens after that person leaves? There's a reason why a lot of spiritualists talk about cutting the cord rituals and different things like that, because just because someone leaves doesn't mean their energy leaves. So an example is of a case that you could suffer from an STD, spiritually transmitted demon or whatever, is let's say you didn't have certain habits like depression or anxiety before this person. Let's say this person has a bloodline of it, or a lot of times, especially in my work, and I'm sure you can attest to that, sometimes it could be like a family curse of depression or anxiety.
Girl.
Yeah. And you get with this person, y'all share energies. Where does that energy, that residue energy go? A lot of times you can find yourself taking on things. Like I'll give you an example with me, right? You guys, I know y'all been asking me to talk about this story time, but I talked about here, my narcissist ex. You know what I'm saying? He was
not the laugh.
The older ex, the crazy one, right? So one thing I feel like I had a thing that happened, like he had a problem a lot of times where he chain smoked. Now I don't smoke cigarettes at all, right? But I used to never smoke Black and Milds, right? But when he'll get anxiety, he'll smoke. And of course, I developed that habit being around that person. And it was hard for me to break. Like, it was really hard for me to break. That's just on a mundane level. On a bigger level, shout out to my homegirl. She gave me permission to tell the story. I have a homegirl who's currently dealing with depression. And I don't want to say this on YouTube, but she had to get rid of S-word thoughts. She was dealing with someone who was very, they were emotionally unstable and they were mentally unstable. Now, my friend before, like, I've known her for years. If you know her, she is not the type of person who, you know what I'm saying, is, I won't say she don't have her problems, but she doesn't normally, and she'll tell you this, you know, think about stuff like this. Dealing with him and his demons, his emotional demons, his because they had a lot of trauma. There was a lot of trauma bonding. It was hard for her to like let go. And when he finally got on his feet, got better at the expense of her dying and her helping him out, he of course did what shiesty energy vampires do. they leave when they're done with you and they go suck the energy out. She told me, she said she had to, it took her like 2 years, honestly, to get rid of that energy. She never thought about the S word or just that energy. And it took her a while. She actually went to, we have like local psychics and stuff, and they told her like what to do to break that. But it was like his family line. He had a lot of negative curses on him and different things like that. He tried to curse her too, but that's another story. We will talk about that another day. Yeah, he tried to put a spell on her, like, and everything, but that's another story. We'll talk about it.
You listen, a lot of these men be into this stuff more than you know.
People don't think that happened, but yes, it has, and they will get you through sex. Like, he tried to do a spell on her. Like, yeah. Maybe we should make that the next episode.
Girl,
like, there's a lot of warlocks out here, just like we talk about witches, and there's warlocks too. But yeah, but that is a thing that happens, and I feel like a sign that you may have that is if you notice that you may take on, it's different than you just, adopting certain things when you're in a relationship. That happens. But if you notice when that person leaves, it's like you're taking on things or even sayings or even just energies that you never have. Or another sign, and this has happened, when you leave a person but a lot of bad stuff start happening. So like you was with someone who had a lot of bad karma happen to them. Like they have a tendency to have a lot of bad luck and you don't. And then you get with that person and then that comes on them. I've seen situations where other people may have curses on them and pass it on to other people. So that's why it's very important, if you're out here when you mess with people, just to always protect yourself, make sure you have a foundation. And recognize when you have, like, sometimes we can think that we're dealing with depression or different things like that, but you may have talked to an energy vampire and you're just taking on that energy, especially my empaths and my healers out there. Make sure it's when because we're vulnerable when we're in a relationship and you having sex with these people. You get what I'm saying? Make sure that you're always just, protected and like you have a space to clear your energy. That it's always good to make sure you do that. So yeah, girl.
That's true, because when you think about it, it's nothing but like a mixing of karmas, like a mixing of destinies or karmas. When you come into anyone's energy or be around them, like you're now sharing space. So when you're sharing space, you're sharing each other's karma. You know what I'm saying? So for example, say somebody got somebody after them. Okay. And you don't know nothing about it. You don't know nobody coming after you. Don't know they just stole something, did something from somebody. Now somebody is looking for them. You meet up with them to do something. The people that was looking for them find y'all together. Y'all karmas just intertwine.
Yep.
Y'all are in the same energy.
Yep.
That's nothing different from the spiritually transmitted demons and diseases. Okay. If anything, it's stronger than the physical presence, because you can still be in their energy and not be physically around them because you're carrying that vibration that they've given you. So like, for example, when we think about it, a lot of spiritually transmitted, demons, they don't just come just from intimacy and intercourse. They can come from, friends as well. But the strongest way to transmute them is through the soul tie or sexual, transmission or whatever.
It's a portal.
Yes, exactly. And so as you're going through that, you got to think about it. You're going through like this friction of this mixing. Think about like when you're mixing together a cake and shit. Like you're mixing in this energy and you're taking in now this person's vibration. So the vibrations that they're coming in, because I don't know if a lot of you all, if you're big into science or not, you understand the brain mass and what the brain mass looks like with a depressed brain, what a brain looks like that's healthy, what a brain looks like that's in trauma response, what a brain that looks like that is in like flight or flight. They all have different the coloring codes. You have the red coloring codes, the blue coloring codes, then the density of it all. So that all affects your vibrations of what you're giving off. So if someone is coming at you with a very, very low vibration and you don't see it physically, but they're giving that to you, you don't know what they're thinking in their head. Why y'all going back and you know what I'm saying? Why y'all going back and forth for what's going on? And so I know I've had a situation where I've gotten physically sick after messing with someone. Literally throat up, like physically sick after messing with a person. You know what I'm saying? And when looking at it, it's just like, what does this person do? They be drinking till they drunk. They smoke so much that they'll just be passing out. They, you know, don't really have stability in some ways of what they're doing to get this together and doing that. And I'm just like, you're not living a healthy life for real.
Yeah. And you can take on that energy.
Did y'all ever saw Love Jones?
Yeah.
And the beginning of Love Jones, when they met, he was smoking. And she said, that's not good for you, and told him that he needed to stop smoking. Did y'all notice come the time when they was all playing in the fields in the rain and shit, she was smoking?
I ain't noticed that.
Go back and look at that girl.
Oh, I'm about to watch that tonight. I'm about to make my husband watch that again with me.
She started taking on a lot of his habits.
Wow.
That she was saying. It was something else to it, like the language and her anger. If you ever notice her face, she wasn't as smiling as she was and like feisty at first. She was more melodramatic. Is that what it's called?
Melodramatic or mild temper.
Yeah, she was more like
reserved,
with her cigarette, just chilling. And I'm like, that wasn't her.
Wow, I'm gonna go back and watch it now. Now I gotta go back and watch it. I love that movie, so I'm surprised I pick up on that. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, them soul, not soul ties, but yeah, them spiritually transmitted, like at least in that context, you know. But as we know, we got them in the friends too. But listen, girl, you got something you want to add on to that?
So my whole thing, if someone was watching this and they like, okay, I have that, and they say, I want to hear from you first. If they say, I think I might be infected, how can I break it? From a spiritual, like if someone came to you to get spiritual advice and they say, what would you suggest so I can begin to break that? In
First, you need to make sure that your energetic tie, like the active tie, that's still like when you think about the Wi-Fi, if the Wi-Fi between you and that person is still on, you ain't gonna be able to cut that shit off. So you gotta cut the bill off. You gotta cut the Wi-Fi off first. Okay. Once that connection is cut off, and however, because we all cut it differently, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's how spiritual stuff is too, and why it's good to just let your spirit guides guide you. Because you know, you and I were talking, and you know, we thought I had to do a cord cut.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
I had to do it differently. And I legit feel free from that person now. Yeah. And so the first thing, you got to cut the Wi-Fi. After you cut the Wi-Fi, you got to start your process of cleaning your energy. Okay. And the first steps of cleaning your fucking energy is going to be your environment, your immediate environment, where that space that you've been spending in. So even if that person hasn't been in that space, you've been in that space with that person's energy. So that person has been in your space. So good herbs to clear out that type of energy is dragon's blood, like sage sticks. So I would say look at a dragon's blood sage stick, a regular like sage stick, like a white sage stick. Emphasis on the white sage stick. That one has a little bit more of the purifier energy into it. I love my eucalyptus as well. Go through that, clear your environment. Get that air energy cleared off. And then now you got to go through the process of clearing your body. Okay. And a lot of that comes from spiritual baths, spiritual showers. Some people do rain walks.
Oh, I love rain walks. Oh, yes.
Rain walks, honestly, will do it all in one sweep. I think, honestly, I believe rain walks are more effective than herbal spiritual baths.
Yup. Yeah, because it's the nature and you're out with all the elements. It's like that perfect combination. I
And
swear.
when you understand water and how rain
Yup.
forms from the
Mm-hmm.
evaporation from lakes and shit, water,
Yup.
so it goes up into the air. So now you're getting the air, our air signs. We got our water signs, our air signs is going through the recycling up at the top. What's going
Yup.
on at the top with the rain? You got the thunder and the lightning and shit. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? That can cause fires and shit.
Yup.
So that's the passion aspect of stuff coming right back down onto earth.
Yup.
You're walking on earth. That's getting it gives you all the elements through the process it goes through. And so
that's good. Like I think that's good advice. I probably would say the same thing. I do have like a cut the cord ritual, but like you said, you got to make it work for you, because sometimes you can have a situation where a person could have like a deep generational curse. So I would suggest for all of you out there, even if it's not me, even if it's not Mo, get you a spiritual advisor too.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to have a spiritual advisor, because sometimes it could be something deeper than sometimes maybe you probably don't understand sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. So I would suggest that. Also, to another thing too, I always say that's really important when breaking any cord, ask yourself what lesson you were supposed to learn from it. That's important, because if you don't realize what lesson you're supposed to learn from it, you open yourself up to getting like those energy vampires that we always talk about. Like you leave yourself vulnerable.
That's good.
Like, so ask, and it's always a lesson in everything, but ask your spirit guide, what lesson am I supposed to learn into this? And ask yourself what patterns, maybe there's a pattern. Maybe we always see people who say like, oh, healers tend to attract the most broken people. Not if you have boundaries though. Is your boundaries off? Like you have to ask yourself, like maybe there's some things I need, like why are these energies coming? Because I always tell people, the person you attract is a reflection of you at that time. Either something like is similar, your demons mix, or that person provided some like filled up some empty hole or some cup somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So ask yourself that so you can just make adjustments. So that's what I would just add to it. Yes. Burn the sage, girl. I got my white sage too. Shout out to the sage.
Listen, Linda, just in case an ex want to be listening right now.
Right, girl. Good. Let me go ahead and burn.
But like you said, like it's a process. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a process, and we've all been affected by it. I've been affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're going to continuously be affected by it. And it's just we got to do what works for us. It depends on who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, same
and everybody's
thing.
process is different. So just always remember that. If you guys want us to talk about it, because our next episode will be live, guys. That's what we're doing for the season finale. Let us know. Comment. If you guys, maybe we could do something where you guys could tell us your stories, and we can probably pull some cards on the next episode. You never know. But just go ahead and leave that there. And we'll love to hear from you. Have you suffered with an STD? Child, let us know.
Listen, Linda, because listen, Linda. Okay. And honestly, I've been affected by this a lot too, because I say this loosely, but I have somewhat of like a siren type of personality, like when it comes to me and my dating and stuff. So I tend to, my men they come broken. They come with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that part of me attracts that. Yeah. And sirens typically lure men to their death. So typically men, when they meet me, I'm kind of like an Erykah Badu in a way. When they meet me, they go through a life transformation. Yeah. Every man. Yeah. Literally every man that I with. Yeah. After me, they've going through a spiritual transformation, some type of transformation in their life. Like,
and that's
whatever
with
that
a
looks
witch too. That's what happens when you F with a witch. I always say, people always say they want to mess with the witches.
And so sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, because some of those people, it was my mission to cross that path with them.
Yeah.
So I do want to make it be known that you can't get away from all STD. Like,
you can't.
It ain't like wearing a condom all the time. Like, you can stay prayed up, you can stay protected with your oils, you can stay protected with your sage. You can do all of that shit, but some of that shit can still get through. So you just gonna have to find a way to be able to notice when it ain't you.
You have to be, that's going back to having a sense of self and being grounded enough to know, like, this ain't me, this ain't that. Like, you have to have a sense of self. I will say this, if you don't have at least a sense of self yet, and it takes time, that's okay. I would suggest just making sure that you're careful in your dating or working on self beforehand. Like, it's important to have a sense of self before you date, before anything, because if not, you will be vulnerable to, and I'm sure you had clients or seen people like this that keep going through that loop because they don't have that sense of self and someone else is like guiding them. So it's important.
Girl, girl, like, but we could go a whole mouthful with it, but self-awareness. Because when you know your ground zero, how about that? That's what we gonna do. Because I do this with clients sometimes. Like, you have to learn your ground zero. So when you're at absolute, this is me, peace, together, what is your zero? So then you know when you're elevating, like when you're getting anxious and shit, or when you're falling, getting more sad and depressed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you're getting away from that middle, you got to ask yourself then, what has changed around me? Then when you look at what has changed around you, is it activities that you're involved in, or is it people and things that they're involved in that's now being involved around you? You got to go through this process of asking yourself the right questions to get to the heart of what it is, because you can run the risk of cutting off the wrong motherfuckers.
Sorry, girl, my cat.
I didn't even see it.
I think she said yes to that. Like, you gotta know the pattern. Like, this the other thing though too. What you said to that. If you don't know your ground zero, like if you don't know your ground zero or whatever, it is good. Like, if you have people around you that may notice, like, hey, you don't seem like yourself. Like, you should have people around you that, like, you can trust enough to tell you, like, hey, something ain't right with you. Like, I'll give you an example with me, right? When I started dating that narc child, he like, it took my people to be like, you seem different. Like, the light out of you is different. The color out of you is different. What's going on? And sometimes you don't even realize it because you be caught up with that person. You know what I'm saying? And after they leave, you still there. It took my people to tell me, like, hey, what's going on with you? We put you on a plane, we going to Miami. Like, we need to get back to you. But I took that time and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't normally, like, I'm not normally a depressed person. I'm not normally, like, you get what I'm saying? So you have to do that.
Girl. So listen, I want to hear from y'all. Like, have you ever had to cleanse yourself? And if you cleanse yourself, what were some of the steps that you took, or what are some of the things that you do to keep, I guess, personal maintenance,
it could be helpful
to protect yourself as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, regular what's the names, we're not always going to be able to be 100% protected from them. So what can you do to keep your personal health together? To keep catching it, and then as well as knowing when things is often different.
All right, so are you ready to get into this playlist, girl? Because this is my favorite part of
Girl, We listen, Linda. We stay in the playlist, honey. We stay in the playlist, okay?
Yes, yes. So we are going to call this the STD playlist, but only because it's about being so enthralled with someone that you're so into the soul ties. Soul ties has been a theme on our channel, and that's one of our best episodes for. So that maybe we gotta talk, yeah, maybe we need to talk about that more. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. My first song, and she on here a lot. Shout out to our theme intro, Janae Aiko.
Period.
Yeah. I chose 316. Now, the way I interpreted the song, and you guys can tell me if you got a different way, but she's talking about like really being enthralled with someone. Like, how did I get here? Like, you take me up, you take me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's like a frustration. Like, it's like a frustrating feeling with that person, because it's like they're the only one that you love, but you know they're pulling you down.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that was fitting for this playlist, because it's like that's how it can feel at times, whether you're with that person or not. It could feel like that with that energy. But yeah, so shout out to Janae. I had to put her, and shout out to her and Big Sean, little baby.
Baby, she knows she is glowing with that pregnancy, honey.
Yes, and she's been pregnant forever, it seemed like.
That part, or unless we just found out soon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but because they're having a boy, right?
Yup.
So he got his boy too, and yeah, I know Big Sean happy as. Yeah. Somebody was like, you already know that baby gonna come out with a name that's gonna be like Gratiot or something.
Right? They at night. No. Shout out to Detroit.
Talk about Finkel. No, sir. My baby name is not about to be Fink.
He better not do that. Woo. Girl.
I'm not about to win. So my first song is a Janae Aiko song too, because she makes the songs for the toxic and the healing, honey. She got them all. But her song, this one is called Spotless Mind. And in that song, like, oh my gosh, there's so many things she talks about in that song. But what stands out to me is where, she says she's a wanderer. But she says in there also, shame on me for changing, shame on you for staying the same. And when I think about, part of when we talk about the STDs, we're talking about being able to notice, be self-aware of what things are. And I feel like that's a song that's very self-aware. It's a song where she could notice that we both can bring each other down. Like, we could be a disease to each other. Like, we can look with each other's spirit if it's not in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this from each other. You know what I'm saying? And so it goes through that process of not allowing yourself to be held back and allow yourself to leave when you need to leave. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta leave, child. You gotta leave. You can't, like she said, have that Wi-Fi connection. I'm gonna use that one. You get that Wi-Fi connection can't still be connected. You gotta leave. Or that you can part, girl. That. Speaking of, that goes into my next song, Summer Walker and Lil Durk, Toxic. That's about like a couple. Toxic, yeah. And you know what's so crazy if you listen to that song, because this can talk about a lot of us. Sometimes we willingly walk into a situation, that we might question, like, I think it's toxic, but no, I'm hope it's going to work out no matter what cost. If you listen to what she's saying in that song, that's what she's saying. Like, I know what other people are saying, but I'm gonna keep going and just pray for it. But it's like it ain't none of their business.
Yeah, like, right. And then how much do you pay, child? So that's one thing. Like, you gotta get out of those toxic situations. In toxic situations, those relationships that are extremely toxic is like a breeding ground for spiritually transmitted diseases or demons, because like you keep going back and forth, and it's a lot of that negative energy. Usually it's a lot of trauma bonding.
Yep.
So
and it messes with your mental health. Your
Mhm.
blood rate get all
Mhm.
messed up, and like it just be stuff.
I can't do the back and forth, child.
Baby, see, the thing is, I be having too much time. Or I make time for it when I don't need to make time.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I allow that Aries side to come out a little too much sometimes.
Oh, y'all Aries be doing it though. Y'all Aries, when y'all done with somebody, y'all know how to let them know y'all done, and they be usually the ones messed up that had it.
Oh, we leave that shit, literally. Listen, Linda. Aries will hold on to some shit on how you hurt them. They'll get back in cool and good with you and stuff, and you think y'all good. They're gonna drop a motherfucking bomb on you and dip the fuck out. And be back good. That's all they needed to heal.
Yup, don't play with them Aries. I'm telling you.
They had, like, and I know it because I know I've done it, and it's like, can I really say that's a toxic trait? That's what makes all of us different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I will purposely, oh, you hurt me? You think you got the upper hand? Oh, okay. You got the upper hand today. Catch me next month. Like, and it's gonna be unsuspecting. Yeah. And Summer Walker is an Aries, and she's an Aries.
It makes sense.
Her and Ari Lennox. So, like, when you understand, when Summer get pissed, she gonna come out and start. She gonna hit below the belt. Yeah. And she gonna make money from the pain.
Fourth baby mama was T. That explains that. Like, look, that explains Aries. They gonna hit you with the truth. They gonna hit you with the truth. Like,
listen, they're gonna force you to have to try to grow up. That's that Mars energy. You're going to fucking feel it. Aries and Scorpio, you're gonna remember me when this is over. I'm the ex. You gonna remember. All my exes remember me. Call me toxic if you want, but best believe they remember me.
Say, I know I got that effect, boo. Period.
They got, well, at least they tried to start getting their life together. So my next song is Tyrese, and it was what, Chingy shit. I don't be remembering.
Yup, Chingy Tyrese.
Try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. So when we think about STDs and shit, think about these. The mother don't go away. And come back and have a break when they want to have a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it can be like sometimes when you're connected to someone like that spiritually. Like, you have these obsessive thought processes and you can't get them out your mind. You can't stop. You just can't stop. No matter what you do, no matter what you try. Like, it's easier said than done to be like, just stop. Motherfucker, I would if I could. So it's one of those, like, something keeps, it's that STD that keep pulling y'all back like a magnet. Yeah. And too, that kind of go back to my homegirl, but we probably got to, the person was doing like a spell to keep coming in her dreams too, supposedly. With that can happen. Say, watch out for the warlocks. They don't the witches, girl. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Anyway, we have to talk about this one day, girl. Not so that I could dream about you, though. Yes. Like, are you really that full of yourself? Like crazy, girl. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this stuff. So going back to cutting the Wi-Fi connection, We Cry Together, Kendrick Lamar. And I forget the young lady's name that was in there. I think her name Taylor Page. I think that's her name. But when she was saying in there, like how, you know, she never was this type, and you like, she got to one part of the song where she was talking about how she took on his BS and stuff. That's a lot of times like what happens at first. You end up taking on the other person's like drama.
and stuff, and you don't even realize that you end up picking up their trauma. That may not even be you, but I picked that because that's like one of the most, even though the song was fire, it's one of the most toxic songs, but it talks about like that going back and forth, how that can lead you, that can leave you open to that. Like, especially if you get with a person and it's different when like you're in a relationship and you just going through stuff, but when you are taking on this person's trauma, that's a big red flag. And that can stay with you even after you guys leave each other. So yeah, so that's why I put that on my list.
Girl.
Yes.
This next one that I got, this is my second time using this song because I've used it for the Soul Ties playlist, but I feel like it needs to go with this one too, though. But it's called Soul Ties by Savannah Christina. And I like that one because she just talks about how she's so connected to this person and she's feeling his energy and she knows they're connected and that it's hard to, you know, get disconnected in a way that she keeps getting pulled from him and she feels like she's done with him. Then by the end of the song, they back again. So, she was saying how it started, how she stopped messing with her dreams. You know what? I got another song that just came to me.
What?
Back to Life by LaToya Luckett. So she is a song. She is called Back to Life, Back to Reality. I got to learn how to get back to me. So she was talking about how after this relationship, how with the relationship, she lost herself and like what was going on in the relationship, his drama and all of that. And so she was saying she has to get back to reality in life and get back to who she once was. You know what I'm saying? Before that relationship. So that's the even better. That one just popped in my head. I'm like, yes. But it's called Back to
that's
Life.
a good one. That is a good one. So we gonna probably leave the links below for you guys for the playlist. Make sure you guys let us know what other songs you guys want to add to it. These I feel like we got some good songs for it to be episode 9. I really do like it. So how we gonna we gotta figure out how we're gonna do this live, guys. We may get y'all input, okay?
Listen, like what day of the week do y'all prefer? What time?
Right.
Make sure y'all participate on them polls.
Yes, we're gonna put a poll on our community wall, and we want you guys to vote. We will have a live setup and a live show. It's gonna be lit, and we hope you guys come through.
We may be able to create a poll on the premiere. Can't we create a poll on the premiere?
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
Because you be doing it for your lives.
Yup, because I be doing like yes or no. Yup.
Yeah. So teach me how to do that, y'all. We gonna make sure we got it in the live.
We gonna make sure we do that. We'll put a poll there and then make sure you guys let us know what time would be the best time for live, what day. And then the next episode is gonna be lit, so I can't wait.
Period.
Yes.
But we about to get to the part that y'all been waiting on, though.
Okay. Look, I got my cards.
And I'm about to go and get my cards.
Baby, okay.
We will be right back.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we are back with our Aries boo-boos to get this thing started. So we get into your sexuality reading for the next week, what that energy is going to be like with you, sweetie. If you got a sweetie, if you don't got a sweetie, if you got some coochie, you ain't got no coochie, because whatever they have going on. Okay, we about to see what's going on. Okay. I have my Egyptian tarot deck that we're starting off. We got the 7 of Onyx that's coming out to start. King of Scepters. And then the High Priestess. This is some high level shit, Aries. Hold on. I feel La La Land because when I see this King of Scepters, I feel like a masculine who knows what the fuck he's doing with this High Priestess energy on the outside of this over here with the 7 of Cups, which is Pisces energy. So Aries, you may be either linking with, you got Pisces here. The High Priestess is also Pisces energy. It gives me, I always think of High Priestess as Pisces mixed with Scorpio type energy. Then you got up in here with the Skepta's energy. That's your energy mixed with Leo energy. So Aries, I feel like you're bringing together elements. It gives me a planning energy, like, but when it comes to your sexuality vibes of it, I see some higher level, like, fucking.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find another word to say.
Yeah, I'm here for that. No, it's true.
The High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, but I also feel like you want to watch out for attachment. That's the only thing, because High Priestess with Seven of Cups can potentially not look at something from the right perspective at times, because High Priestess can, go to the depths of things. And if you already with Seven of Cups, that's illusions too, but that's also Neptune. So it's like it has its positives and, you know what I'm saying, on what can happen with it. But you got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. And a new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings.
Okay.
So it's what we're saying, but that open mind is where that Seven of Cups and that High Priestess. Don't try to create these expectations in your mind on how something needs to go.
That's good advice. That's good advice.
Just don't create expectations in your mind on how you feel something is supposed to go. And enjoy the spiritual aspects of it, okay? Aries, get a yes or no question together for the dowsing rods for me. While you're doing that, I am going to do a quick butterfly effect question. I mean, not question, but card, because it's a butterfly effect. Hey! Chase some energy.
Hey!
Chase some energy. Time to check your energy.
Hey!
Check your energy.
Hashtag release the cards.
Period. You have 9824, just funky. When you encounter someone with a bad attitude, remember, it's not you, it's them. You can take this time to ask, how are you doing? They may need someone to listen. So this is giving me the sense of watch out for making assumptions. Aries.
What they say about assumption? What they say about assumption?
To make an ass out of you.
Don't do it.
Ask your question, Aries. Yes or no for Aries? Yes or no? It's a yes, Aries.
Yes.
So whatever your question was, it's a yes, poo-poo. I love you all. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Period.
Yes.
Love y'all.
All right. So let's get into Taurus. Okay, because Taurus been going through it. Let me tell you. Some of my Taurus, y'all been dealing with a scammer, is what I'm getting. Y'all was dealing with a scammer, right? They was a scammer. You find out the truth about them. But you moved on, because I got the on to the next one. What I'm picking up though is Spirit is saying this has created a blockage. Look, everything is in alignment, right? We was just talking about how spiritually transmitted demons. What Spirit is saying, Taurus, I'm getting a sense that you have lost your trust and faith in people. It's not just relationships, in people. And this has caused you to just not be trusting to anyone. And what Spirit is saying is a lot of that may come from that previous situation. You do need to clear that energy is what I'm getting. You have to trust that not only you deserve real love, you deserve someone who's going to treat you right, but you have to have vision. What do you want? And hopefully you guys can see this. This is from the Cannabis Oracle. You have to have vision on what do you want? How do you see yourself being treated in a relationship? Not just in a relationship, but just how do you see your partner? Like, you have to envision love and know that you deserve love, is what Spirit is saying. This nurturer card, to me, how I look at it, is giving me feminine energy, right? So when I think of feminine energy, I'm thinking about someone who's nurturing themselves. Spirit is saying, you may have to go back to the drawing board and nurture yourself and really heal yourself from this, because I feel like whatever this person put you through, there's still some residue of it. And it's okay. Like, some people say, and I don't know why I'm getting up on the Taurus energy. Some of you may have become even a little bitter a little bit. That's what Spirit's telling me. But I'm the type of person, I think it's nothing wrong with being bitter. Spirit is saying you have to acknowledge those feelings, acknowledge that you're bitter, but the key to it is you can't disperse that to other people. Like, it's okay to acknowledge that right now I may be bitter because of what this person have done to me, but you can't let that be your outlook on everyone and everybody and disperse that. Deal with your emotions and understand that it's okay. It's okay. You got to let this person go, okay? And you will have love one day. You have to recognize that, envision that for yourself. So I'm going to use the pendulum, actually.
Hey.
All right, so go ahead, Taurus, and think of your question. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit is saying. I'm not going to look at it first. All right. The answer is no. It looks like it's saying no, y'all. Ooh, look like it's saying no. So the answer is no. Ooh.
All right, Taurus, look. It lets you know nice and, nice and clear.
Yeah, so that's the answer. All right.
Uh-oh, what'd I just do? Hold on. I was trying to change the view so that it would switch whenever we talk, but for some reason when I talk, it don't switch. So
that's what that is. I was wondering, I'm like, I look small up here.
Yeah, I had made it so that, it would be big when you were talking. And then I was like, maybe it'll go to then be big when I'm talking. But when I put it on speaker, baby, I don't know what to do, honey. Look, I'm like, hold on. What's the pen? But, okay, I got a pen. Do you see me now?
Yeah, I see you.
But if I do that, then, you know what? I'm going to have to change I'll just replace the baby. I don't know. Listen. All right, Gemini.
Maybe that's the energy of Gemini. Don't Gemini deal with technology?
Listen, them mixed with like Aquarius, yeah. Deal with communication, perception. May feel like a what's the name? I was about to say a duck with your head cut off, but that is not the saying. Gemini, what the fuck? Oh my God. Oh shit. Ooh. Okay. Gemini, I hope you ain't been out here doing some shit that somebody gonna get caught up, Gemini. Ooh. So you got the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. Ooh. Someone is either thinking about cheating, someone has thought about cheating already, or somebody's cheated. Mm-hmm. But there's some unhappiness in paradise. I'm getting Gemini Aquarius energy heavy with this energy. Then you got heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Yes, someone's unhappy, Gemini, in a partnership that you have going on. That's an intimate partnership. And it needs to be known. Someone thinks that someone likes their friends more than their lover. A partner is feeling like, well, go fuck your homeboys. If you ain't, like, I'm getting that by Gemini. So make sure you are giving like intimate time to your lovers so that they feel appreciated, is what I'm hearing. And then you got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yeah. You and your person need some time together away from the world, Gemini. Make sure you're not the one who is like looking at your phone and shit as soon as stuff happen, or y'all together and you scrolling, posting on Facebook, and y'all supposed to be laid up. You know what I'm saying? Like, be intimate, Gemini, because I feel like that has the potential to really fuck with your partner. if you're not showing that side of yourself, because your partner's going to think that you cheated. Okay. Or thinking that you got somebody else on the side, someone thinking that you're not honest. Okay. Now, Gemini, I do want you to get your yes or no question together for me as I get your butterfly effect card. I don't know why I closed my dowser rods, but we got them back open for us. So you got strength card coming out, and you got cat got your tongue. Someone needs to speak up and tell the truth they are feeling instead of keeping it all to yourself. Let it out. Some secrets is coming out, baby. And somebody got to be strong when that's strength. Somebody got to be strong when the secret come out, Pooh.
All right.
Let's get to yes or no question, please. Yes or no for Gemini? The answer is no, baby.
Oh.
I'll see y'all later, Gemini.
We gonna pray for y'all, Gemini.
Girl.
All right. So Cancer, we might need to have to say a little prayer for Cancer too. Let me get into this. So the first thing I want to say, so it's two Cancers here, energies that I'm speaking on. For some of my Cancers, this could be how someone feels about you. For some of you, this is you. I'm getting some of my Cancers, you're dealing with a little bit of jealousy. It could be either you found out that someone is not into you the way you were into them, or it could be that you have someone that you're dealing with that you let them know you're not into them, right? I feel like this person could have spent a lot of money on you, or money was a factor because I got the sugar daddy. I got the sugar daddy card, right? The thing I'm worried about for my Cancer signs, because I got to check your headspace. Usually when I get this card, I mean, this is someone who's not necessarily in the right headspace. They could be a little bit of stalkerish. In my Cancers, some of y'all have a tendency to be. The message I'm getting from Spirit, though, is it's important for you to really make sure that you're in the right mental space. Make sure that you're not reacting out of emotion, which I feel like a lot of you could be, because Spirit is saying there's a bigger lesson in all of this. If a person doesn't want you, let them go. And if you are the person that you have a stalker situation, and you are a Cancer, I'm getting a sense, Spirit, to say you need to be careful what you actually put on social media and how you show stuff, because this person is not necessarily in the right headspace. I would definitely suggest not only putting some distance, but like not to scare you or anything, but Spirit is saying just to make sure that your signals are not still connected. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm getting a sense like
we was talking about that Wi-Fi.
Like, don't be playing on this person's head top if you know you're not interested in them. That's the vibe I'm getting, Cancer, because I feel like you don't know how everyone's going to react. So that is the message for the most part, though. I do feel like, Cancer, you're going to be okay. Just make sure you're checking your intentions with anyone that you're like with. Like, if you're the person who you're mad because you felt like I spent so much money on this person and they don't want to talk to me, were you doing this out the goodness of your heart? Or like, you have to check your intentions. Like, if you was expecting something for someone, then you need to check your intentions. Like, people don't owe you anything. Like, when you're dating someone and like you take losses in time. So I don't know. That's a message to some of y'all Cancers. So I'm just saying, child. Let's get into the yes or no, child. All right, Cancer. So let's see. All right, we're gonna say ask your question. Ask your question. Answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay. All right. So we gonna move on, child.
Listen, Cancer.
Some of the Cancers on some crazy stuff.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I know quite a few Cancers in the world, and
they can be. We love y'all Cancers, but y'all can be.
I was raised by one, honey, and we just go next. All right, Leo. Next, you have the King of Cups Ace of Discs, and then the Five of Wands. Now, what was interesting with your cards was that the Ace of Discs was first in the reverse, and then the Five of Wands was in the reverse. And what that had me telling me was that you weren't challenging yourself enough. But, it's a big but, somebody is going to say something to you that's going to, in like the next week, is going to say something to you, and it's going to have you in your feelings to the point where you're going to be like, you know what? That's it. It's game time from this point forward about something. It could be game time about a relationship. It could be game time about a business because, oh, y'all ain't gonna tell me what I can't do. Or it could be game time of you got your second win from something. Because with that Ace of Discs turning upright is giving me the sense of like, it's not a wheel of fortune, but it's telling me something that was not proving lucrative for you is turning lucrative for you. And with it turning lucrative, what was a challenge with that Five of Wands, you're taking that challenge and what you learned from that challenge and making more money from it with the King of Cups. Because King of Cups understands people's emotions. Leo, what I'm getting from you learning how to read people's emotions and how to speak to people's emotions, whether intimately, in love, relationships, that's going to help you financially. So for example, Leo, for my feminine Leos, okay? I feel this heavy for my feminine Leos, okay?
Hey.
Leo, you rule the heart, okay? You rule being put out in front of everyone else. So you know what it means to how to be in front of people, right? How to get attention. Make people feel important, Leo. When you start making everyone around you feel important and you get into their emotions and you get into their head, oh, baby, you got them.
She putting us Leos on the game.
You want a sugar daddy, Leo? I'm telling you.
Listen, Leo.
But the thing is, certain sugar daddies, you can't hype their head up too much. You can't let them feel like people with over, like if they got over 200K, you can't make them feel like they're bigger than you. Okay? You that's how you get into their emotions. They're in a different playing field. But someone who is going through moments of, they're going through insecurities or they're going through a moment of needing growth and things of that nature, Leo, you're meant to motivate and encourage people to give them the confidence. Okay? And when you make people feel good about themselves, people fuck with you. Because they gonna want your energy. You're ruled by the sun, Leo. Take your energy, use it to your advantage to get what the fuck you want. And that's not a bad thing. Let me, because I got some people who listening. I got some people that sound like manipulation. That sound like, no, that sounds like someone who understands their birth chart. That's someone that understands their strength. That's someone who understands how to read people's emotions with that King of Cups. That sounds like someone who knows how to give people what they need. When you're not feeling good, when you down and out, what do you need? Motivation, right?
Right.
Leo, don't do something that's not from the kindness of your heart. But I'm talking to the Leos who they mean well. With whatever they do, they just don't know how to reach the people.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Leo, find what your people need. What touch their heart. Let me get you. Hold on. Look, yo.
Girl, I received this message for me. Like,
baby, you got to pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Pay attention to the people around you. Pay attention to what they need, Leo. They tell you, what are they crying about? What are they complaining about? So now you need to create the solution. How do you think these motherfucking companies be getting rich? They create the
Right.
problem, then they create the solution, and now you paying them for both.
Right. Okay. Look.
Anyway, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive.
Look.
When you know yourself and love yourself, Leo, you can do the same for other people. Get your yes or no question together. It's a butterfly effect.
Hey.
Effect. It's a butterfly effect. Hey, effect. Time to change some energy. Change some energy.
Hey.
Time to check your energy. Check your energy.
Hey.
All right, Leo. You got 2, 4, 6, 8 checkmate. It's time to check your ego. You may be in a winning energy, but you're being called to make sure you are practicing humility with your success. So what this is saying, with the success that you got that's coming your way, don't feel like you got.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not.
What's that Travis Scott song say? Don't stop trying to be God.
You not. Because guess what? That intuition that was given to you to know what the people need was given to you from God. You had to be connected to God to get the information. So as soon as you start feeling like you higher than and above God, watch that shit get taken away from you.
Right.
So that's the thing. Don't use things for bad intentions. Okay. But get your yes or no question, Leo. Yes or no for Leo. Leo, I gotta know. Take it as it resonates. Spirit is saying, look at something from another angle. I fucks with y'all, Leo. Bye.
Yes, that was a good reading for Leo, but we gonna get into the Virgo child. All right, Virgo. So it's a lot that's going on, but it's some good messages. Some of you, I feel like you recently came out of, it could have been a relationship, a situationship. I got a breakup, right? But this is not one of those things that I feel like is making you sad, because I got this person was draining with this gold digger card. They were giving me draining energy. So they could have been a gold digger, or they could, when I normally get this card, it's my energy vampire card. So they could have been draining you from your inner goal, like I like to say, right? But you moved on, because in the space of you, I got not that into you. I do feel like going back to soul ties, this was a little bit of an addiction, right? But I don't know. It's funny, because when I asked what's to come for my Virgos, I feel like within this breakup and you having this freedom, you're now able to discover your sexuality. With the sexuality card, I'm getting someone who's really discovering their power, feminine or masculine energy. You're discovering your power. It's so funny. We got the alchemy card and the sex magic creation partner card. So for some of my Virgo placements, you may run into a partner, or you may manifest a partner using sex magic, or you may manifest other parts of your life using sex magic. You may actually run into a partner that you guys, that's like your gift. Like that's what you guys do. Spirit is saying, whatever it is, have fun, be open, be free. I'm getting a sense of this. This breakup, if you are going through a breakup and you're Virgo, I do feel like, and you're moving away from this person, I do feel like your next partner that you're going to be partnered with is going to be a little bit of an alchemist. That's the vibe I'm getting. But what Spirit is telling you to move forward, and I don't know, I'm getting this sense, enjoy, be free, be open about your sexuality. Some of y'all could be coming out the closet too. I don't know why Spirit is telling me that. Some of you, I see some of y'all could be coming out the closet, but Spirit is saying, whatever it is, living your truth. Because I feel like this last person kept you blocked in a way. They kept you blocked. They kept you even sexually. It could have been like what we were talking about, like, extreme soul ties and having a STD. So that makes sense. So Spirit is saying, now that you're free from it, explore. That's the vibe I'm getting, and make the magic work for you. All right. So we're going to get into the yes and the no. So I want you guys to go ahead and think of a question All right, guys, are you ready? All right, let's get into it. The answer is yes. It looks like yes. Yep, it's moving to yes. Okay, guys. So there's your answer. Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this read and let us know in the comments what you think about it.
Listen, Linda, because that was a good reading, Virgo. That was a good reading, Virgo. Look, I'll share with you after, see what I mean. Look, we got apps. So,
right.
Libra. So, you have the Star card, the King of Pentacles, and the Warrior of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Okay, somebody's about to fucking woo somebody. Okay, somebody is attracting somebody with some money. So, there's a charmer, Libra. Someone has money. Okay, I'm hearing rich sex. Okay, shout out Nicki Minaj. Okay, that's what Nicki Minaj.
Damn.
I'm hearing rich sex. Okay, somebody even maybe actually literally have sex on a bed of money is what I'm hearing. Okay, with this Star card and this King of Pentacles, baby. Look at them laid up, looking at the stars. I see somebody literally having sex on money. Okay, so expect a gift with this Knight of Cups coming out. A charmer, someone who has things, jewels. I'm seeing a ruby, the color red. Is that October's birthstone? What color is the ruby? Hold on.
Ruby is Leo, I think, or I said Leo, July. I said Leo because that's my July. I think Libra is it topaz? No, I could be wrong. I think I'm all the way wrong.
Okay, it is July. So what's something is symbolism with July then? Because ruby is coming to me and it says ruby symbolizes love and commitment though. So if ruby is coming to me, some of you all actually, Libra, you're thinking about weddings and shit, Libra. A lot of this shit is you having wet dreams.
No.
About rich sex. And you'll be visualizing your wedding in your head. Like, I don't think I feel like Libra, you get sexually fulfilled in your dreams. Like, you can create a whole scenario in your dreams of what you want. And that's how you're starting your manifesting energy. And come Aries season, I just heard, more specifically the end of March, you're going to see some shit with that, like, pop off. But like, okay, Libra, you dreaming about a motherfucker. Some of y'all want a ruby wedding ring. You don't want a diamond. And it's because you feel like you want something different and something with that color red and the passion of it and the pain that both of y'all may have like had to heal through to meet each other. Libra, you got unrequited love. That's like I said, honey. So you got a situation, Libra, that you don't really like. So you visualizing what you do want. I'm hearing, as I say that, the 555 butterfly effect card, butterfly effect songs, the spirit had told me to shuffle it twice. And what was so interesting, I shuffled it twice, and both times it was a song by Escape. The first song was Memory Lane. This was the 555, the first one. I don't know if y'all can. It was the first, right there. The 555 with the Memory Lane, okay? The second one was Am I Dreaming?
I love that song.
It was the second one, Am I Dreaming? Okay. And so it's interesting because the first one with Memory Lane, that one doesn't have girl that do all the writing. Candy wasn't on that project. Okay. But on the second one, the original, and what they got on, red. What do they have on the Am I Dreaming? Red. Libra, you're manifesting your passion. If you have sex in your dream, allow yourself to finish. Don't wake yourself up. You're gonna find yourself having sex in your dreams. That's deep. I'm sorry if I'm reading too long for these signs. Let me know if it's good, but
no, it's going good. We spilling some tea.
So it's a butterfly effect.
Hey,
Get your yes or no question together, Libra. Effect. It's a butterfly effect. Hey, effect. Time to change some energy. Change some energy. Time to check your energy. Check your energy. All right, you got the 999. It is what it is. It's time to accept what is and look forward to what will be. It's okay to bow out if it's a losing situation. So that's going back to what we was just saying, the unrequited love. You know something ain't gonna be. It's over. It's time to start dreaming for what's coming, Pooh. Let's see your yes or no question. Is it yes or no for our Libra? Yes or no? You got a yes, Libra. You got a yes. I love y'all. Y'all reading was so beautiful. I'm going to see y'all later.
Yes, that was a good Libra reading.
Girl, I'm like,
that was a good one. That's a good one, girl. All right, so we
tell me how that's sex in your dream. I ain't never had sex in my dream.
You never had?
No.
It's lit. It's lit. I ain't like it is lit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's lit.
Y'all got to come back. Girl, you look so beautiful. That view that you got, it's like it had the cat. Girl, that was a beautiful frame. I wish I could have took a screenshot of that.
Oh, girl, dang.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm like, girl, that was so beautiful. It just all right, y'all. Yeah, let me know how that. I'm a Libra rising on Vedic. Spirit, let me have sex in my dream.
Right. Let it be with Idris Elba, you said. So don't know somebody like that.
I would actually want Michael Jackson. I want to know what that
right. That All right. Look, let's get into Scorpio. All right, so the song for you, because the card we got is fuck nigga free. Let's go, Scorpio. Let's go. Because let me tell you, baby, Scorpio see the card we got is I see right through the BS. Scorpio see through the BS. They felt like they've been held down with the suffocated card for so long. So they are realizing that it's time to go. If you are a Scorpio and you're in a relationship with someone who is possessive or wants to hold you down, Spirit is saying you need to let go of that dead weight. I got the card trying to change you, only changes me. So instead of trying to change this person to come on your level, you may find that in this relationship or this past relationship, you started changing, going back to what we talked about with those soul ties and those STDs. Like, you may find yourself trying to take somebody else's trauma, trying to do for them, and find that you've only been changed. You went against your morals. You went against your standards. So now it's time to let that person go. Let's go. That's what we got. The fuck nigga free and move forward. I am getting a sense that some of you, I see you charging the head. Some of you, my Scorpios, because y'all very strategic, I see it's one of those situations where you could be with someone who's taking care of everything, taking care of all the bills and stuff like that. So Spirit is saying you want to make sure you have your everything aligned before you leave. If that's the case, that's okay. But just make sure you leave, Scorpio. That's the biggest message I'm getting for my Scorpios, because you can't allow this person, if you are in a situation, to suffocate you and not allow you to grow because they don't want to change. So that is the vibe for my Scorpio. Let's get into the yes or no.
Yes, or no.
All right, let's see.
Jonah, don't walk over my cards, baby. That's so disrespectful. Go back over there.
The answer is no. No, I don't know why I'm thinking like Nene. The door is closed. How do I think about that? Was that Nene?
Not the door is closed.
That's what I'm getting the vibes that Scorpio is on. But yes, Scorpio, that is your reading. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you FNF. Even though I'm not, I don't have no fuck nigga, I still like that song. So
Listen, girl, it be the married ones that be nigga free.
Girl, let me tell you.
Fuck nigga free because your husband ain't no fuck nigga.
Right. Let me tell you, girl. I be twerking to all them songs, City Girls and all that type of stuff. Meanwhile, going laying up with my boo. Look, love. Okay.
That's when you know it's real, girl. That's when you know it's real. All right, Sagittarius. So you got blessings and grieving that's coming out. The Nine of Swords, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. Sagittarius, you had to realize that something just had to be the way that it was, okay? I just heard some of y'all grieving your old dick. Or old coochie. Like you grieving something that you had that was good. And you was just like, but I want it back. You know what I'm saying? And you just having an issue with that right now, okay? With this High Priestess energy, I feel like Sagittarius, you want somebody you can get nasty with. Because with this Hierophant and the High Priestess there, Taurus rules the carnal desires, okay? Taurus rules hedonistic pleasures, okay? So to have that come out with the High Priestess, Sagittarius, you ready for somebody that you can get nasty with and not be judged with. When I say nasty, Sagittarius, you got some desires that like a regular mind would judge you. Okay? A regular mind would judge you.
Sagittarius, are y'all some freaky girls?
Oh, this is some freaky shit that I'm seeing. I ain't even gonna lie. This is some shit that some of them I wouldn't even do. And I'm a freak. So we got Sagittarius that's freaking in my ass, okay? They said if it's a hole, it go. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, Sagittarius. All right.
They don't care who hole it is. Okay?
All right.
That ain't all Sagittarius. But there's some Sagittarius who got some bucket list items that they ready to start crossing off. But they're upset that they can't find what they want, okay? And that's what that grieving and the blessings is, because you thought you had somebody who would have been, you know what I'm saying, into that shit, but something may have happened. I feel like you on the hunt, okay? But blessings is here, so you gonna find somebody. You gonna find somebody that wants your orgies and shit, okay?
That makes you a freak.
There are some Sagittarius that want some orgies, and when I say orgies, like they want bisexual orgies. Like,
let me find out some of y'all.
Like when I say bisexual orgies, like everyone who is involved with everybody.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah,
Get it how you live. Get it how you live, Sagittarius.
You know, so do what you listen.
Just make sure you protect your Sagittarius, please.
I can see one of y'all opening a sex club.
Ooh. No, a sex club.
You got this butterfly effect. Okay. It's a butterfly effect. Hey. Okay. Time to chase some energy. Chase some energy.
Hey.
Time to check your energy. Check your energy.
Yes.
You got to take a chill pill, slow down and reassess what is going on around you. You may be overstimulated and are being called to take a step back and breathe. So, Sagittarius, you're actually being called to look at some of those desires, baby. Listen, I'm a sex positive person, okay? So when I say this, I say this in a sense of just make sure you know your why.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you know your why. Get your yes or no question for me, Sagittarius. It's a yes. It's a big whopping yes.
Hey, all right.
So that's good news.
Look, Sagittarius is getting into it, okay? Oop, had to plug in my computer. Okay. Sagittarius getting into it. And I know you doing Sagittarius, but I do want to add to it, Sagittarius. Just make sure you protect your child, okay?
That too. Yes. Definitely, yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into Capricorn because I am vibing with Capricorn's energy right now. Capricorn is on that energy of I said what I said, and I'm on that new vibration. So they're all on that energy, like, look, I'm setting my boundaries. It is what it is. And I don't have time. I'm trying to vibrate higher. I do feel like there's going to be someone who's really rocking with that energy. I don't know. I feel like one, this is liberating and healing for you, number one. But what Spirit is saying is, by you being in that energy and meaning what you say and just trying to stay on a positive vibe, I feel like you're going to look attractive to a lot of people, Capricorn. I'm picking up that my Capricorns, you may find yourself having a lot of suitors. You may have a lot of people that want to take you out. But what Spirit is saying, Capricorn, this is very important for you. Keep that same energy when you're dating. And what I mean is, it's not high standards, it's your standards. And that's okay, is what Spirit is saying. You can have your standards. Just make sure that you, I don't want to say keep that same energy because I feel like my Capricorns do, but don't, you know how you might have some friends who be like, oh, like, girl, you too hard or something like that. Spirit is saying it's not that you're too hard. You just know what you want and it's nothing wrong with that. Apply that to love. But by you standing in your confidence, once again, I am getting that you might have some people who they find that boss energy very attractive. So just be on the lookout. Let's get into your yes or no. All right, Capricorn. All right, Spirit, what is the answer? The answer is yes. So we got yes, okay? All right, Capricorn. So good luck with getting you a date. Too. I feel like some of y'all gonna be going on a couple dates.
Listen, Linda, Capricorn, listen. Y'all told us we got to get out there and be a little nicer. Y'all said people gotta like us.
Okay. Look, and the clock is 9:11 right now on my clock.
911.
Mm-hmm.
It's an emergency in this bitch.
Right.
Girl. All right, Aquarius. This shit right here. This shit right here. So, you know, when I did Gemini reading, I said, are y'all dealing with an Aquarius? Why almost the same fucking cards come out?
What?
Different deck. You remember they had the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords.
Yes.
But the difference is that Gemini had the Three of Cups. Aquarius has the 10 of fucking scepters.
Oh, okay.
So Aquarius, you're on the receiving end of some shit.
And
you tired because you got the light in your load. So a motherfucker gotta go. With the well-being. Somebody aren't we talking about spiritually transmitted?
Yeah.
Aquarius, you have a spiritually transmitted disease. Or demon around you that's trying to connect to you. And they're trying to connect to your happiness. I would recommend a cleanse for you. I would recommend an emotional, spiritual, and sexual cleanse. Yep. 4 scarabs. You need to kind of keep some shit to yourself for a second and like It's giving detox vibes.
Mm.
Aquarius. So maybe I ain't seeing no sex in your future. Nope. 6 of Ox in reverse. Something with you and your past just is not on the same fucking page, okay? Yeah, it ain't moving. It's not going the way that you thought that something would go, and you feel something is off. And that's where that 5 of Swords and shit is coming from. Yeah, Ace of Scarabs in reverse. You have a disease, Ace of Scepters in reverse.
Oh, wow.
There's a disease that's stunting you right now, Aquarius. Figure it out. Let me get your butterfly fit. Cause it's a butterfly effect.
Hey.
Effect. It's a butterfly effect. Effect. Time to chase some energy. Chase some energy. Time to check your energy.
Hey.
Check your energy. Not we talking about taking a break and then the card that come out is saying tooted up.
Ooh.
When was the last time you had a release? Sexual blockages may be affecting your mood right now. Take this time to release some sexual energy, either through your work or with a trusted partner. So maybe the light in your load is that you need to let off orgasm shit. Take it as a motherfucking resonates, okay? Aquarius, I'm not about to deal with y'all. I'm full of love cards. I'm like, y'all not about to stress me out on the last reading, okay? You got to let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others, and then new love. The old got to go because you got flirt at the bottom of the deck. The old got to go.
Yep.
Get your yes or no question. Yes or no for our Aquarius. Baby, it's a long time coming, but it's a no.
Well.
Somebody got to hear this, but I hate that it's wasted time, Pooh. It ain't really wasted time. You got to find your lessons and shit.
Well, that is the answer. I guess we gonna go on to Pisces. Sorry, Aquarius. Maybe the no is a good no, though. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, Pisces. So Pisces, I know like some of you might have an ex or someone from your past that may come in and we want to tell you like, oh no, I love you. It's like giving me the spin the block type of energy. Like, yeah, it's giving me that. They ask about you often. I don't know. I even feel like this person, speaking of dreams, may like say your name when they sleep, or when they may say your name when they're like, you know, having sex with someone. Like, that's how much you affect them, Pisces. I'm getting a sense. But I'm get like whatever happened when you guys split, they're still watching you. And I feel like they're going to try to come to you and they're going to try to let you know, like, I really do love you. You're the one. They're jealous. They're jealous of you moving on. That's the vibe I'm getting. Spirit is saying, though, with that being said, because I don't know, I'm getting like boy that cried wolf energy. That's how I'm getting, like, you're looking at them like you're not wanting to accept this. Is what Spirit is saying. And you're right, because I am getting a sense with this person. They haven't learned from their mistakes. I don't know why I'm hearing the Rihanna song, same old mistakes. There will be consequences if you keep on messing with this person. I feel like you may have paid dearly in the past, and what Spirit is saying, so you don't want to continue this. I don't know why I'm getting the message. This person is still on the same BS, and it's like one of those things, they're drowning and they just need someone to quote unquote save them. But what do they teach you when it comes to, if you ever been on any type of boat ride? Put your life jacket on first. You have to save yourself, is one of those things I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting. You have to save yourself. You can't take on this person's demons and their trauma and whatever they have going on, because I'm getting it's a lot. But when they tell you this, I feel like this is more so for you to get closure, not for you to open up the door with this person, is what Spirit is saying. This is for you to get closure and understand that they haven't learned their lesson, so keep it pushing. You made the right decision, is what Spirit is saying. Let me get. I don't know why I'm getting called to pull a couple more cards. Let's see. This person is like spiritually broke, like they are in spiritual poverty. Yeah, they could be involved with someone, so they could be telling you like they're not involved with anyone. Spirit is saying they really are still. And it looks like, yeah, they feel like they're not worthy. So it's like one of those things like my cup is empty, so I need you to fill it. And Spirit is saying it's the same toxic behavior. You can't fill a cup of someone if they can't do it themselves type energy. Let's get into the yes or no. All right, think of your question. The answer is no. No. So that is the vibes for you, Pisces. Let this toxic energy go. Put the deuces up to
the girl. Listen, because Pisces didn't had they fair share of toxic, honey.
Okay.
Fair share of toxic. It's a no more, honey.
Yes, I know that's right.
We doing a collective?
Yes, let's go ahead and pull some cards for the collective. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna pull a couple. You're gonna pull a couple, and all right, collective. We got the Empress and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Take the lessons of the past and the past mental anguishes that you've had and turn it into like something new and something different. You want to create life from your pains, okay? In this next week, create life from your pain. Whatever's going on, find life in the midst of it. Yeah, you got answers. So you want to find what's the meaning in the midst of the shit that's going on around you. And I know that sounds like I hear somebody right now, that shit's so broad. I don't know what's going to mean. Listen, it's a lot of us listening. What's the first thing that popped in your head? That's what I always like. What's the first thing that popped in your head?
Right.
That's what you want to give most of your time and your energy to right now, okay? Because you only want to focus on life-giving things. Anything that does not give life, it got to go.
This kind of goes into here. Ooh. I feel like they're for the collective, they're going through a transformation. It's like an ego death. Because I got the ego death card. And what Spirit is saying is that kind of goes into what you were saying, really putting your focus onto where you have to pay attention to. Now I'm learning because I just got this deck, and this is the Nana Burku Essence card. I think she's the grandmother of all the Orisha or something like that. It says this, but it says when this card appears, it is time to remember that your essence is here long before your physical being. If you're having issues with your maternal aspects, Nana Baruchu comes forward to help with all of these issues. So I don't know why I'm getting a sense. A lot of you may want to go into that nurturing energy. We talked about this in the earlier cards. Maybe this last situation left you with like an ego death, having to face some things about yourself that you probably thought you healed and you didn't. What Spirit is saying now, it's time for you to tap into that feminine energy and heal yourself. One thing my mom always says is we have all the tools we need to heal ourselves, and including like that energy. Spirit is saying you can work through this, you can get through this transformation, because this is a like spiritual awakening period, but you have to be honest and real. You have to be honest and real with yourself, so you don't get into another situation where you attract another STD. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're not honest and real, Spirit is saying you're going to find yourself in the same loop again, the same cycle. And ask yourself, what is it that I could have learned from that last situation? What is it that I need to take from it? I feel like this is going, I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of you going through a healing period, Like it's like discovering my power, discovering my energy, discovering who I am. And so will never happen to me again. But Spirit is saying just within that, it's okay to look at the past and take lessons from it and make like sharpen your sword. If you look at this, like she has a knife. I don't know, I'm getting like someone who's sharpening their knife, like you can't play with me again.
That's such a pretty, I love that deck.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with this since I got it. But like, yeah, shout out to you, girl. But yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, sharpen your tools so you won't ever have to like go through this situation again. So yeah, that is the message for the collective.
Woo! Y'all,
This was a good sexuology, wasn't it?
This was hitting today.
Yes, it was. Girl.
This was hitting today, honey.
Yes. Look, guys, y'all got to let us know what y'all think in the comments below. Let us know what you think of these. Like, you know, when we take this little break, I know we're like close to the last episode. I'm going to miss doing this sexuology. So we might have to pop up on y'all every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We need these. You know what I'm saying? We might have to come on for a live situation or something like
Listen,
that.
some sexuology pop-ups.
Yes.
I think that's something that we could.
Yeah, we gonna have to. We gonna have
to do them live though.
Yeah, we gotta do it live. We gotta do it live. So y'all make sure y'all thumbs up. Leave us some comments if you guys want us to do that. And also, don't forget, guys, to make sure you're here next week because we got to get into the live. The last episode is going to be a live episode. So make sure you guys are voting on the polls, letting us know when you want us to come on so we can get into the tea, okay?
Period. I enjoyed y'all tonight, honey.
Yes.
In the chat, just all of that. Like,
yes.
Child, make sure y'all check us out on Anchor.fm. Make sure y'all rate us over there on Apple Podcasts. Yes. I'm about to pull it up for y'all so I can show y'all what I mean. Cause y'all gotta go over there and rate us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all want the podcast to, you know what I'm saying?
Get two black women doing their thing. Support. Okay.
Get a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like even within the algorithm though, and that's why I need to, we need to update the what's the name, because in the algorithm, our podcast gets found. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so I would love, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find, this is what episode. Oh, here it is. Let's see. So you're going to go to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, and then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom where it has the, y'all may not be able to. You want to, let me make this bigger, honey, because you can't see nothing. I got to pin it. Look, I'm trying to remember. Okay. So you're going, why is my screen? That lighting ain't that bad, honey.
There you go.
Okay. You see how you scroll down and them stars right there? We got 6 ratings, y'all. Thank you to those who have rated the podcast. Yes. Thank you so much, y'all. Go and rate us, y'all. Let us know your thoughts. And then we have our comment. Yes, see, this from your girl. Okay. Yes. But she says she loves your personality, see.
Oh, thank you.
She loves your personality. Oh, wait, let me take this view off, honey. This is not what I want. No, there we go. That ain't what I want. But yes, y'all, go on in there, leave us a review, write a review, all of that jazz. And we definitely appreciate you all. Like, this podcast ain't going nowhere. We just finding our footing.
Yup. And look, we can't wait to interact with you guys live so you guys can tell us what more you want in the podcast. Let us know. All right, guys.
Well, with that being said, y'all.
Until then, keep shimmering.
Bye.